Hello everyone. Welcome to the Fluent Voices. I'm Harshvardhan Mishra, the Journal Secretary and Promotional Head of the club. And today with me, I have a very special guest, Dr. Anup Sharma sir. He is the HOD of Operation IT and Analytics, as well as he is an IIM Ahmedabad alumni. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Sir, as I know that you are an IIM Ahmedabad alumni, can you please tell us more about your journey, how you reached there? It would be very great if we'd learn from you that how you reached there.
Uh, if I talk about the story to I am Ahmedabad, it's actually very interesting. Oh, interesting. The first phase is, the entry itself, right? So if I tell you about, how I prepared for this exam, it's not the conventional way of attending classes or going to institute, because I had this thing during my IT preparation, and it didn't went well. So the lesson which I took was, I have to focus myself on this thing, and I have to find some other way to prepare myself. So हमने क्या करा, let's talk about a simple way. Let's teach students, right? So for mathematics part, what I did was I started teaching 10th, 11th and 12th students. And if I talk about English, then rather than studying from books or watching videos, I thought of taking a practical approach. And what I did was, there was my friend near to my campus, so I used to bring 15-20 movies from him. And every day during after my dinner, I would have one movie. Fun ke liye nahi, it's not about entertainment. It's more about how dialogues are delivered, how
Learning
questions
something.
are asked. Yeah, so it was really a different way. I enjoyed that as well. And what I thought was, anyways, I have to devote 3 hours or 4 hours for this study, right? Even if I go to institute, I have to devote those 3-4 hours. अब वो करना ही है 4 घंटे, तो then क्या करें, let's do something different. पढ़ा लेते हैं, थोड़ा पैसा भी आ जाना है, and movies भी देख लेंगे इस बहाने, so entertainment is also there. So that's the approach which I took. That was the first phase.
Okay.
If I talk about the D-Day, when there was interview and group discussion, that was a different mindset at that day. Cracking CAT interview, it took 3 attempts for me to crack that. First and second attempt was a lot of confusion, but after third attempt, I was able to crack it. What I would say is, everyone sitting there for group discussion or interview, they would do whatever possible at their end to crack that rounds, right? So your competition is very, very, very stiff. बहुत stiff है. And on the day of group discussion, I still remember, इतना बड़ा hall में, there's 25 students sitting there, 30 students sitting there. Examiner gave us a situation, our situation low, and you have to start a group discussion. Everyone is looking at each other's face, and as soon as that examiner is away, everyone jumped on that discussion. I was out of I can't feel anything. For 5 minutes I was just under shock. What happened? Everyone is shouting like anything. So I just took a pause. I thought, okay, what I know, right? What I can relate. I do have experience of a dairy sector. So I know how Amul developed some model, and suddenly it clicked in my mind, and then I just put one statement there. Let's relate it with the Amul model. And there was a abrupt pause in that room, right? And then I knew that I hit the jackpot, right? So that was the moment, when I spoke, everyone listened, right? And then the entire discussion was, steered toward that point. So at that point of time, I was sure that, ho gaya hai, I managed that. So I spoke only once, ek hi baar bola, but I felt it was very impactful. And the entire discussion was geared toward that, and I know it was done. If I talk about interview, oh my God, that 45 or 50-minute interview was very, very intense. It was not about very difficult questions were asked, but a very simple concept of copyright and patent. They asked what is my area of interest, and I was a bit comfortable in this area. So I said, maybe patent, copyright, I have certain experience. And they drilled on that particular aspect like anything. They asked so many questions on that. A lot of them were very confusing. But somehow I managed. I don't know, still I don't remember how many I answered correctly. But I feel they were checking my confidence.
Yeah.
They were checking, in depth how much knowledge I have of the topic I myself gave them. So they want to check that, when I'm proposing a topic, whether I'm, comfortable in that or
Yeah.
not. So this entire experience was very amazing. And, I feel that, whoever is preparing for such exams and all should
Yeah.
know what actually happens during preparation and what actually happens on the D-Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you told, sir, you spoke only once.
Hmm.
एक बार बोला, but that created an impact
Yes.
there.
Yes.
The quantity doesn't matter, the quality matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like you were telling that you watched movies, so
Hmm.
I would share a story of mine also. Like
Mhm.
when I was, I guess, maybe 12 or 13, so उस टाइम ना गेम्स मैं लैपटॉप पे खेलता था.
Mhm.
So I learned English from there.
Mhm.
And my mom used to say, क्या दिन भर गेम खेल रहा है, क्या ये कर रहा है. But
Yes.
the thing now I am seeing in myself that from that games that I played, that story mode, that everything, I have learned some words, my vocabulary has increased, and कुछ सीखा मैंने उससे. Like if you are doing something, उसे अच्छे के लिए अगर आप कर रहे हैं, then you will obviously learn something from that.
ये ना बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज आप बता रहे हैं ना. It's really interesting. I've seen in Indian culture here, like, people are very, they will say कि games खेलते हैं, है ना. So during my when I was preparing for IIT JEE exams, उस टाइम पे ना that games खेलने का एक आदत
Yeah.
लगी थी. And somehow I feel that's the reason I was not selected for IIT JEE. But later on, I felt that, that thing actually helped me, right? When I say DI and LR, you need to keep a lot of things in your mind. You need to, manipulate those numbers.
Yeah.
आपको relate करना है. You have to, choose options, and you have to reject options.
Yeah.
And these all skills are, developed by games.
Yeah, even
So,
your hand-eye
yeah.
coordination, sir.
Yes,
That is
exactly.
the main thing, your
Yes.
hand-eye coordination.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So, what were the challenges that you faced? Like, आपको क्या मुश्किलें हुई to reach on that level, to reach IIM?
The challenges, as such, जो challenges होते हैं ना, this vary from person to person. सबके अलग अलग story
True.
होती है, right? So it's just like, एक shoe सबको fit नहीं होगा,
True.
right? But still, what I felt, मेरे friends भी थे, and we used to prepare for this exam. I felt that, there's a lot of information in the market. बहुत सारी information है actually market में. It's actually confusing students, right? And I also went through that. मुझे बहुत confusion हुआ था. There were a lot of institutes offering courses for CAT preparation. और क्योंकि मेरा past experience, I know कि institutes के अंदर they would teach you basic tricks and all. And it was very difficult for a person like me to remember those tricks.
Yeah.
Right. And if there's a question in front of me, if I have just fraction of minutes, hardly 30 seconds or 1 minute to answer it, sometimes remembering those tricks is really, really difficult. बहुत difficult होता है वो. At that time, your instincts generally work, or your core concepts actually work, right? And then that clicked in my mind, this is what actually is missing right now. There are a lot of good institutes, they have their experience, they know a lot of things about exams and all. But this is one small thing which they are missing, and that is the customized product for the students, right? They, because of the sheer volume, they are not able to concentrate on students. They are not able to provide customized solutions to the students. And then I met two more faculties at my institute.
Okay.
And then we thought of, they are also expert in English and communication. I myself is comfortable in quantity aptitude and DI.
Yeah.
So then we thought of, why not offer something, some course, for students who are preparing for such exam. And then we thought of, offering a course in our institute based on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I also heard about that. You are offering some course. So can you please tell us more about that course, sir?
It's actually a evening refresher course,
Okay.
which is meant exclusively for CAT preparing students.
Okay.
And when I say CAT preparing students, the sincere ones, right? Because the design itself is meticulously, we have thought on that. How we have designed is 6 o'clock, let's say, we'll start with quant. Then after 1 hour, we have one more session for DI. Then the third session would be for your verbal ability.
Okay.
So for 4 days, for 3 hours, student can learn three different things, right? And then after 4 days, the fifth and sixth day, 2 hours each, the student can prepare for GD and interviews,
Okay.
right? So if you see this structure, previously we thought of offering this as a single course, where all four modules would be in a single course. But then something clicked up that maybe everyone would not be okay with it, or say बहुत ज़्यादा pricey भी हो सकता है for some of them. Some of them might say that I'm okay with English, or I'm okay with maths, मैं नहीं चाहिए. So why I should go with the entire course? So instead of offering a single course, we have offered it as 4 modules. Okay. Right, 4 modules हैं इसके. So one module is of QA, second is for DI, third one is for your English part, and the fourth one is for your interviews, right? And if you are comfortable, you can skip any 1 or 2 modules out of these 4 modules. But the way it is designed, we have checked what all things are asked and all. It's recommended that if you're really serious about your CAT preparations, then you should definitely go for with all 4 modules, unless you are very much confident that you can do with one of the module by yourself. So that's the design of the course. And if you see that evening hours, 3 hours every day you can devote. I think it's not too much to ask for since a student. So yes, it's manageable, and we are giving a Sunday also free. You can enjoy otherwise on Sundays, but we have a lot of stuffs reserved for candidates on Sunday as well.
Okay. So like you told na कि sincere बच्चों के लिए it is not too much to give. So that is actually true, because if someone is really sincere about something, तो वो अपना सब कुछ उसे दे देता है. तीन घंटे तो कुछ नहीं होता है.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I would recommend everyone to enroll in this course if you are preparing for CAT examination. And I guess it would help a lot to all the students.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, sir, जैसा कि मैंने सुना, like आपके course का the cost of your course is 20,000 for the first 3 modules and 15,000 for the last module.
Yes.
So आपको नहीं लगता ये बहुत ज़्यादा costly हो जाएगा students के लिए? As per in the view of students, ये उनके लिए काफ़ी costly हो जाएगा, because when we see in the market, हमें इससे कम में भी चीज़ें मिल जाती हैं to prepare for the CAT examination and all those things. So आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे इस पे? Because मुझे from my point of view, I think that the course fee for the course is high.
I would ask you, if I'm offering a Ferrari, would you ask its price?
The Ferrari, like if you're going for Ferrari like Spider, it would cost around 6 to 7 CRs in India.
Right. So why you are going for that car then? Because of its quality, right? Exactly.
And the brand value.
Exactly. That's the point on which I want to pitch here.
Okay.
I would say the cost is actually not high, it's actually low. Okay. Right? The things which we are going to offer, the real value of these courses are actually high. We have reduced its price because we know that there are a lot of students in our campus who would like to take this course.
Yeah, true.
And we understood that how much they can pay, what's the capacity. So considering that, we have kept this course, but otherwise price of this course is actually high. And one more thing I would like to say here is, we are offering it as 4 modules, right? So previously, we planned of giving it as a single course where it was, 1 lakh a course.
Okay.
Right? So if you see current costing, it's much reduced, right? Just to consider, what students it would be suitable for.
Yeah. Okay. But sir, like you told me, ठीक है, that is fine. But what are the extra things that a student would be getting in this course?
A good question, I would say. You guys are really smart. Your club,
thank you, sir.
You guys are trained well. Anyways, let me answer your question. See, thing is, what we are going to teach students as a part of, the topics, most of the students are teaching that, right? But the first point here is we would limit seats in this course. We are not going with lot many candidates because our course is meant for one-to-one interaction as well, right? So 6 days we are delivering our course, and 7th day we have intentionally kept it free. The reason being, we have also planned one-to-one interaction. So we would be mentoring student. So let's say if you are taking my course and if your friend is taking this course, both of your requirements would be different, right? So आप दोनों के हिसाब से आपको क्या सही है, उनको क्या सही है, you know,
Yeah.
both of you would not like the biryani, right?
Yeah, true.
So someone would like fried rice and someone would like biryani.
Biryani.
So किसको क्या पसंद है वो मिलकर ही बात होगी,
True.
है ना?
Yeah.
So that is the first thing I would say. The second thing is, you know, there are certain you know myths, I would say, or you know, misconception about, you know, what is required or not required for this preparation.
Yeah.
And generally, when we do one-to-one interaction, then these myths are, you know, these doubts are cleared. So what we have also planned is, I have a lot of my friends. I am alumni,
Yeah.
right? Not only in I am Ahmedabad, but I have my friends in other IIMs as
Okay.
well. Those who are in industry at a good positions, and we do talk, you know, quite often.
Yeah.
And they are also excited about, you know, about this course.
Okay.
And on my request, they have agreed upon, you know, interacting with these students as well.
Okay.
Right? So देखो मेरी story आपको बताई मैंने, right?
Cherry on the
story,
top.
हाँ, मेरी story देखो अलग है, right? आपकी story कुछ अलग हो सकती है, third की अलग हो सकती है. So क्या story है, right? Because आपकी story मेरे से match हो सकते ना करे. But second या third alumni ने जब आपको बताएंगे, you might feel that, you know, ये तो मेरी story है. You know, I can also be in that place.
Yeah.
You know, I can also do the same thing, right? So I would have interaction of those IIM alumni as well in this. Third thing I would offer to my students is, there is a dedicated dashboard for all students. And whatever they would, you know, we would have a weekly test as well. There would be short quizzes which would be sent at the end.
Okay.
And whatever students score in all 4 modules, there would be a dashboard which would also give you, you know, suggestions what you should do and what you should not do. You know, and it's not the AI based, I would say. You know, a lot of the inputs would be coming from instructors itself. You know, so I'm teaching 2 subjects. 2 modules were delivered by me, Quant and DI. We have Mr. Sapan, and we have Mr. You know, Surya as well.
Okay.
So we 3 would be, you know, looking at the test scores, GD and PI, you know, what they are doing, and our sessions would also be part of that dashboard suggestions.
Okay.
You know, the next thing. And one more thing which I missed, really important, is, you know, a lot of practice. Practice makes a man perfect, right? So what we do is we would give a lot of things to practice. बहुत सारे quizzes होनी है, test papers होने हैं, and the whole purpose is to, you know, prepare you with speed. Speed भी आपने catch करनी है. Concepts clarity होना चाहिए, right? It would not be based on short tricks. It would be based on how well you can apply your learnings, your concepts on those.
Okay.
Right. So this is something very unique. I don't know if an institute is doing the same thing.
Okay.
They are working on volumes. They are working on AI models, which are not very realistic. So these are the things which makes our course very unique, I would say.
Yeah, I truly agree with you, sir, because AI can help us but cannot take the place of a human.
Exactly.
वो सिर्फ हमारी हेल्प कर सकता है, लेकिन जिस इमोशन से, जिस फीलिंग के साथ हम कोई चीज अपने स्टूडेंट को, या जैसे कि आपका प्रोग्राम है, आप अपने स्टूडेंट को जो चीज प्रोवाइड कर पाएंगे विद दैट फीलिंग एंड इमोशन, वो एआई कभी नहीं कर सकता
बिल्कुल,
है.
बिल्कुल, एग्जैक्टली.
या ओके. एंड सर, कुछ मिथ्स वगैरह भी हैं, लाइक इफ समवन इज फ्रॉम एग्रीकल्चर, समवन इज फ्रॉम बीटेक, तो क्या वो कैट एग्जामिनेशन नहीं क्रैक कर सकता है? ऐसा कुछ बहुत सारी मिथ्स हैं जो लोगों को नहीं क्लियर होती हैं. सो would you like to tell us something about those myths?
Yeah, definitely. I would love to do that actually. First question, you know, very obvious question, sir. You know, maths अच्छी होनी चाहिए. I would say yes, maths अच्छी होनी चाहिए. But it's not like कि, you know, आपको you should know all tricks. ऐसा नहीं है. You know, the maths अच्छा होना means you should know the core concepts.
Okay.
You know, अगर आपका maths, if you are not good at maths, it's okay, right? Clear your concepts. Conceptual clarity is very important, right? Try to understand, you know, if I talk about quant, geometry की अगर बात करते हैं, आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि geometry में कौन सी theorems हैं, which theorem can be used, right? And which can be used, it is, you know, based on experience. जितना experience आप करेंगे, जितने questions करेंगे, उतना आपको practice से clear होगा, exactly, you know. And if I talk about DILR, then that's more about, you know, understanding exclusion and inclusion. You know, what information would help you in inclusion of few things and exclusion of few things. वो practice है. right? And approach of everyone is different, right? So it's not कि maths जरूरी है मतलब बहुत अच्छी होनी चाहिए, no. अगर आपकी एवरेज भी मैथ्स है ना and you are good in concepts, अगर आपने practice अच्छी करी, you can crack this exam, right? If I talk about English, I myself, I studied in convent school. I was lucky enough to, have this experience speaking and listening to English. But what I felt is, even if you're not good at it, the approach which I took, I just watched movies. Again, approach सबकी अलग अलग हो सकती है. You can have few seniors with whom you can talk, right? आप movies देख सकते हैं. You can watch videos regularly, or you can speak in front of mirror, the traditional way of improving English, right? There are multiple ways. So our trainers, our teacher, we would train you how you can do that. So we have very expert Mr. V. Sapan. He is expert in this particular area, and he would grill you to the entire process and make you expert so that you can speak on that. And if you are not comfortable in English, let's say the grammatical part and that part, then we have another expert, Mr. Surya, and he would be interacting with you on some other podcast maybe. But I would say he knows the pain points. He was teaching students in institutes as well. He knows the pain points, and he would get you through. And if I talk about myself, though I am good in, I feel I'm good in maths, but still, I have my, very close relations who struggle in mathematics, and I used to teach her. So I know how to train a student who is not that comfortable in mathematics. So I think these three, teachers who are going to teach this entire course would be a deadly combination for students, right? Another myth which I can feel is the discipline, right? So you mentioned in your question that if someone is from agriculture, then whether it's okay or not. I myself is from dairy sector. Yeah, so it hardly matters. Yeah, you must have seen people with different interests. I would not name, but there are very famous authors as well. You might have watched a couple of movies as well. There are a few alumni who were governors, no, not governors, but who are top authorities in banking system as well. I would not the name, but if you are good in GK, you can guess what names I'm talking about. And I have lot many such alumni in from this IIM, Dawad and other IIMs, and they all are from different background, right? So it's not like only a specific discipline student can crack it. It's the zeal which is required. Now your attitude and zeal, that's the one thing which should be there. If you're sincere, आपको अगर वो जुनून है ना, करना है, मतलब कुछ भी हो जाए, willingness, then you would crack it. I would tell you very interesting thing here. CAT की preparation और IIT की preparation was entirely different thing for me. ठीक है, IIT की preparation में I used to visit institutes. Institute में जाना पढ़ना, वो पढ़ाई है ना, वो forced studies है, right? जो result नहीं आया. But during my CAT preparation, 2 attempts I gave. I know कि where I failed, what went wrong. Third attempt, I still remember the days when my roommates used to sing. They used to make jokes in the room, enjoy everything. Music चल रहा है, games चल रहे हैं, and I was sitting at my table, concentrating on on those things. Just window in front of me, nothing. I don't know what's happening around me. That concentration, the zeal is required. The day when I got my result, that was a day when I enjoyed. Right? Till that time, I was fully focused. Right? I had that 2 बार fail हो गए, कोई बात नहीं, third time करके दिखाएंगे. Right? If you have that courage, ना, you fight one more time. Right? And if you are dedicated, कुछ भी हो जाए, करना ही है, then you would crack it. Right? That's what is required actually. That willingness to get something, yes, वो अगर आपके अंदर है, then you will definitely get that. Yes, thing. You should forget about the fun, you should forget about the money, and सब आ जाएगा. Once you are through this path ना आपको ना कभी once you are through this IIM ना, आपको you would never have a question कि पैसा कहाँ से आना है और popularity कहाँ से आनी है, right? Or whether people know me or not, कहाँ जाना है, कहाँ नहीं, everything would come to you by itself. Right? But you have to get to that first. We have to work hard for that thing. Yes. And one more thing. some students also, now I'm in this profession of teaching. I get these questions from students as well. Sir, ऐसा क्या है खास IIM में? Why we need to go there? We have a lot of institutes, and I would say all institutes are doing good.
Yeah.
If I talk about the current institution where I'm placed, right? The institution from where I studied, and other institutions where my other colleagues studied from, all institutions are doing good. सब पढ़ा रहे हैं, right? But if I talk about specifically about IIM, जो एक attitude है ना, एक zeal है, that every day 4 or 5 hours ही हम सो सकते हैं, for 2 years, right? And we are happy about it. We have that courage to remain awake for 20 hours every day for 2 years consistently. That is something something which IIMs teach, right? अगर आप वो चाहते हो, the attitude, if you are in an environment where someone is from IIM and not from IIM, the knowledge wise you might feel the other person is actually better. It's quite possible, right? But what you see in IIM graduate is the practical approach, right? That person would have always courage to speak, right, clearly, and irrespective of whatever someone would think about it, that person will speak, right? And the third thing is that this person have examples from real industry, what actually happens, right? So this person would always be outperforming people in any industry. I mean education, very few people are in education after IIMs, right? There are some of my friends who are in manufacturing, some friends are in healthcare. So it's not very specific to any specific discipline. People should be in that. Any discipline student can come, and you can have your jobs in any other discipline as well.
Okay, so that was a really great information. Like काफी लोगों को इससे हेल्प मिलेगी. Okay, sir. तो मेरे पास कुछ rapid fire questions हैं. हो जाए?
Okay, go ahead, shoot.
Okay. One word that defines management.
Dedication.
Okay. Morning productivity or late night planning?
Both.
Okay. Best quality every manager must have.
A human touch.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is really great. Theory or practical experience, what matters more?
Practical, I think, is more relevant, but you need to know theory for that.
Yeah, true. Okay. Your favorite management thinker or book?
I would say Chetan Bhagat. He's very practical, and I like his books.
Yeah, I also like practical approaches. I'm not something who is into very theoretical thing. I also like think practical. Practical socho kar dalo.
Exactly.
So one common mistake that young managers make.
I would say not focusing on continuous improvement.
Okay.
Right. Always, managers go for big changes, but they forget the power of small but continuous improvements. They should focus on that. Yeah.
Okay. So leadership, born or developed?
I would say it's developed.
Okay.
If you can learn from what's happening around you, then you can be a leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One skill that students should start building from today onwards.
Should be honest to himself or herself.
Okay. खुद के साथ धोखा मत करना.
बिल्कुल. दुनिया को जो देखना है देखने दो, but you should not be, you should not cheat yourself.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you should always do.
True. Okay. One line advice for future managers listening to us.
That you have some responsibility, as a person, as a human being.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever is in your power, whatever best you can do, at least add one value to this world before you leave this world. If you can do that, you are a good manager. Otherwise, your degree is worth of nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So students, describe you in one word.
I try to be funny with the students. At the same time, I teach them different concepts. So I would say, in their shoes, I would try to teach them something like that.
Okay. And your idea of a perfect holiday?
Absolutely. If you can't get peace, then it's not worth of your education and earnings.
Definitely.
So I would say if I can spend a peaceful day with my family, without any worries and tension, that would be a perfect day for me. and I do get some days like this.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
definitely sir, definitely, because we all miss our family, and शाम को जब फैमिली के साथ बैठते हैं, दो बातें
Exactly.
करते हैं, that is the best moment of our life, I guess.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
should try to get that.
Yeah, because बहुत लोगों को ये नहीं मिलता है. Definitely sir. Thank you so much sir for joining us, and thank you so much audience मुझे इतनी देर तक और सर को इतनी देर तक सुनने के लिए. मिलते हैं आपसे नेक्स्ट पॉडकास्ट में. तब तक के लिए शुभ रात्रि, शब खैर. Thank you so much.